186 species in genus Achillea, Yarrow. July 14th. Achillea, Achillea. The Yarrow represents July 14th. Achillea symbolizes healing and bravery. You are a natural protector, offering comfort and strength to those in need. Like this resilient plant, your courage inspires those around you. Achillea, a plant genus close to my heart. The plant world is a vast and fascinating one, full of diverse species with unique characteristics and uses. Among these, the genus Achillea holds a special place in my heart. Perhaps it's the delicate beauty of the flowers, or maybe it's the rich history and folklore associated with these plants. Whatever the reason, I find myself drawn to these hardy perennials. Achillea, commonly known as yarrow, belongs to the Asteraceae family, which also includes sunflowers and daisies. The genus boasts around 186 species, with a native range spanning Europe, Asia, and North America. These plants are renowned for their feathery foliage and flat-topped clusters of tiny flowers that bloom in a variety of colors, including white, yellow, pink, and red. A deep dive into Achillea. The genus name, Achillea, is derived from the Greek hero Achilles. Legend has it that Achilles used yarrow to treat his soldiers' wounds during the Trojan War. This association with healing has cemented yarrow's place in traditional medicine across various cultures. Beyond its medicinal properties, Achillea has also been valued for its ornamental beauty. Its long blooming period and ability to attract pollinators like bees and butterflies make it a popular choice for gardens and landscapes. FAQs. What not to plant with yarrow? I've found that planting yarrow too close to overly competitive plants like mint can overwhelm the delicate yarrow. How to make yarrow tea? Making yarrow tea is simple. I just steep dried yarrow leaves in hot water for about 10 minutes for a soothing herbal drink. Is yarrow poisonous? From my experience, yarrow isn't poisonous, but it's always best to use it in moderation and know your body's reactions. How to deadhead yarrow? Deadheading yarrow is easy. I simply snip off the spent flowers to encourage new blooms throughout the season. How to dry yarrow? Drying yarrow involves hanging the stems upside down in a dark, dry place until they're fully dried and ready for storage. What do yarrow seeds look like? Yarrow seeds are tiny, almost like dust, and I often scatter them lightly over the soil for even distribution. How to prune yarrow? Pruning yarrow is straightforward. I cut back the stems after flowering to keep the plant tidy and encourage new growth. Is yarrow toxic to dogs? I always keep an eye on my dog around yarrow, as some sources suggest it might be toxic to them, although I've never had any issues. What to plant with yarrow? Yarrow pairs beautifully with plants like lavender and echinacea, creating a stunning and beneficial garden combination. Can you smoke yarrow? I've never tried smoking yarrow, but I've heard some people use it in herbal smoking blends. Do rabbits eat yarrow? In my garden, I've noticed that rabbits tend to avoid yarrow, which is great for keeping my plants safe. How to propagate yarrow? Propagating yarrow is a breeze. I divide the clumps in spring or fall and replant them to spread the beauty. How to use yarrow to stop bleeding? To stop bleeding, I crush fresh yarrow leaves and apply them directly to the wound for quick relief. What does yarrow smell like? Yarrow has a distinct, somewhat medicinal smell that reminds me of a blend of chamomile and pine. When to plant yarrow seeds? I prefer planting yarrow seeds in early spring when the soil is just starting to warm up. Where to buy yarrow? I usually buy my yarrow plants and seeds from local nurseries or trusted online retailers specializing in native plants. Is yarrow toxic to cats? Although I've read that yarrow might be toxic to cats, my cats tend to avoid it, so I haven't had any problems. What color is yarrow? Yarrow comes in a variety of colors, from white to vibrant yellow, pink, and red, adding a splash of color to any garden. When to cut back yarrow? I cut back yarrow in late fall after it has finished blooming to prepare it for the winter months. When to transplant yarrow? Transplanting yarrow works best in early spring or late fall when the weather is cooler and the plants are less stressed. How to harvest yarrow seeds? Harvesting yarrow seeds is easy. I wait until the flower heads are dry and then gently shake the seeds out into a container. How to make yarrow tincture? Making yarrow tincture involves steeping the fresh or dried plant in alcohol for several weeks, which I've found to be an effective way to extract its medicinal properties. Is yarrow a weed? Some might consider yarrow a weed, but in my garden, it's a valued and versatile herb. What does yarrow taste like? Yarrow has a slightly bitter taste with a hint of pepper, which I've grown to appreciate in teas and culinary uses. Do bees like yarrow? Bees absolutely love yarrow, and I always see them buzzing around the flowers in my garden. Do yarrow seeds need stratification? Yarrow seeds don't need stratification, so I simply sow them directly into the soil without any special treatment. Does yarrow attract butterflies? Butterflies are frequent visitors to my yarrow plants, adding even more life and beauty to my garden. How to make yarrow oil. Making yarrow oil involves infusing the fresh flowers in a carrier oil, which I've found to be a useful addition to my herbal remedies. Is yarrow native to Pennsylvania? Although I'm not sure if yarrow is native to Pennsylvania, it grows well in my garden and fits seamlessly into the landscape. Can yarrow be grown in pots? Growing yarrow in pots has worked well for me, especially when I want to control its spread and keep it contained. Do hummingbirds like yarrow? I've noticed that hummingbirds don't seem particularly attracted to yarrow, but the plant still draws plenty of other pollinators. The genus Achillea encompasses a diverse array of species, each with its own unique characteristics. See full list at monsteraholic.com. The allure of Achillea. What is it about Achillea that I find so captivating? Perhaps it's the combination of beauty and resilience. These plants are tough and adaptable, able to thrive in a variety of conditions. They're also incredibly versatile, with uses ranging from medicinal to ornamental. I love the way Achillea adds a touch of wildness and natural beauty to any setting. Whether it's a formal garden or a casual meadow, these plants always seem to fit right in. And when the flowers bloom, they create a stunning display of color that's hard to resist. More than just a pretty face. But Achillea is more than just a pretty face. It has a long history of use in traditional medicine, dating back to ancient times. Yarrow has been used to treat a variety of ailments, including wounds, inflammation, and digestive issues. Modern research has confirmed some of the traditional uses of Achillea. For instance, studies have shown that yarrow extracts have anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. These findings suggest that Achillea may indeed have potential health benefits. Cultivating Achillea. Growing Achillea is a rewarding experience. These plants are relatively low maintenance and can thrive in a variety of conditions. They prefer full sun and well-drained soil, but they can tolerate some shade and drought. Achillea can be propagated from seed or by division. Once established, these plants require minimal care. Deadheading the spent flowers can encourage more blooms and prevent self-seeding. A personal connection. My fascination with Achillea goes beyond its aesthetic appeal and practical uses. I see these plants as a symbol of resilience and adaptability. They remind me that beauty can be found even in the harshest of environments. I also appreciate the connection Achillea has to history and folklore. It's fascinating to think that these plants have been valued by people across cultures and throughout time. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, Achillea offers a sense of stability and grounding. It's a reminder that nature is a constant source of beauty and wonder.